Today, I want to talk to you about the number one reason why you are stuck in your job and you cannot get out. All right. Now, let me preface this by saying this. I retired myself from corporate America by the age of 35. I'm a full-time entrepreneur, full-time real estate investor. I teach people all around the globe how to build 6- and 7-figure businesses in 12 months and retire themselves from corporate if they want to. All right. But that aside, I want to talk to you specifically about the number one reason why you're stuck in your job. All right. Now, there's a biblical principle of seed and harvest. OK. Now, that's not only a biblical principle. So regardless of what your faith is, it's also a world principle, seed and harvest. OK. If you plant seed and you water, you cultivate, over time, you will have a harvest. Now, depending on the quality of the seed you planted will also be indicative of the quality of the harvest that you have. But I'm going to give you the number one reason as to why that's relevant and why you're still stuck at your job. Okay. Now, before we get into this, I need y'all to do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button because I'm going to be bringing you content steadily week to week. And I want you guys to be able to catch it as we build out the community. Okay. The number one reason why you're still stuck at your job is because you haven't planted any seed. All you're doing is digging holes. Right. So let's talk about, first of all, how we even got to this place. For most of us, we went out, we grew up, we went to grade school, we went to college, as everyone told us that we should. We got a bunch of college debt, student loans. Then we went out and we were fortunate enough to get a job. We went out into the marketplace and we got a job that didn't pay us enough to cover our student loans, but it did afford us enough to go buy a house. Then we bought that house. And then we also got a couple cars, maybe a wife, a spouse, a child, or 2 or 5. And before you know it, you dug holes, but you didn't plant seed. See, every time that you went down or you decreased, right, or went into debt, that's the term that I'm looking for. Every time you went into debt, you just went into debt with no chance of gain, right? So every time you went into debt, you gained another liability. Now, most will argue, but my house was an asset. That's cute. Could be, but your house is only an asset if it produces income for you, right? Assets are anything that brings in money, and liabilities are anything that costs us money, okay? So that house, you have to pay for it, okay? So technically, it's not an asset until you leverage the equity in it, which most of you should be doing and investing in real estate. Unless you rent it out for a profit, unless you sell it for a profit, right? That's when it becomes an asset. Up until then, it's really your biggest liability that you have. And they know that in America. That's why they afford those things to us when we reach certain pinnacles and plateaus in life, right? Oh, I forgot about the credit cards that they gave you along the way when you turned 18 as well, right? So we get all of these things that make us feel like we're established, right? House, car, credit cards, couple kids, a few cars, and we feel like we're established, right? And then we start to perpetuate the cycle. So now you're at work and you feel good at first, right? You got a way, you got a means to take care of you and your family. It's something to be proud of, and it's fundamentally just sound, right? We need to be able to provide. But then there comes a point in time where you figure out all you're doing is making money. You're not really fulfilled. You don't really like what you do. And so this is where all the problems start. So then the only way to make yourself feel good about the thing that you go and do and spend probably 80-90% of your time doing between travel to work and being there, and maybe even calls after work if you are in upper management, as I was before I left corporate America, is then you go spend money outside of work to make you feel better and to distract you from the thing that you do. Now you're perpetuating this vicious cycle though, right? So now you go on vacation and you financing those vacations on your credit cards, and it takes you longer. You have to keep working to pay those off, right? You go get your wife goes shopping, or you go shopping, and you splurge on a bunch of stuff that you're putting on your credit card that you start borrowing money in advance to continue to dig this hole deeper. Here's the trick. At some point, you will have to dig a hole, as I did. When I worked in corporate America, like, first of all, I figured out, fortunately, that I was much better at trying to manage and plan for my retirement that I care most about than the people at the 401k and these financial advisors who they get the most benefit from trading my money, right? Because they're putting my money into different environments where it's most advantageous for them based on the percentage of commission that they get, et cetera. And I'm at the behest of everyone making all these decisions about the most important thing for me and you, which is our retirement. So once I started to learn how to invest in real estate, although it wasn't recommended or popular, I actually started to take loans out against my 401k while I was still at work. Well, reason being is because while I was sitting there yielding 5, 7, 10%, or if it was down and I was losing 10, 20%, and all I could do was just look at a statement that somebody sent me with no kind of recourse, I started investing, number one, into my real estate education. Number two, I started investing in assets. I started buying real estate while working in corporate America using my 401k. And I'm the one going to work paying that loan back while I'm there, right? So who cares? We got to be independent thinkers and go away from what the masses are telling us to do. Mass media, like, it's a reason why there's only 1% of the world that are the wealthy, right? Because 99% of the people find it easier to follow. It's difficult to be an independent thinker. Before I left my corporate job, it was difficult to talk to coworkers and hear their opinion about those things that I was doing outside of work. It was difficult to talk to my parents who may have had antiquated philosophies on life because they worked for 30, 40 years and eventually retired, which was great for them and their generation. But I always knew that I could do more and achieve more. And so one of the biggest catalysts to me being able to do that was to invest in myself to where I was able to join some networks and some environments where there were already like-minded people that wanted to do those same things, right? I can't tell you the benefit of how that helped me grow and to really become and evolve into who I've been today and be able to build a multi-million-dollar real estate portfolio and own over 100 apartments. And the list goes on, right? And my biggest accomplishment by far today is that I've been able to pour into other people and help them go out and build the lives and businesses that they wanted, independent from going to work for somebody. So here's the good news. You already know how to spend money, right? You're already okay with the concept of letting money go for those things that you want. We just have to redefine what those things are that you really want. Do you want to continue to buy things that distract you from the reality that you really want to create for yourself? Or do you want to start investing in yourself and getting specialized knowledge and then go out and invest in assets they call real estate that can pay for your liabilities, right? One of the first things we do when people come into our program that want to leave their job is we put together a plan. Okay, what's your monthly nut, right? What's your monthly expenditure? How much money do you need to make? And then we reverse engineer what type of investment model, like which facet of real estate should we direct you to invest in that helps you accomplish that goal, right? Of covering that monthly expenditure, giving you some lifestyle money, but freeing you from that environment so you can go do more of that, buy your time back, stop having to ask for permission to go and attend your children's events, right? My daughter danced all around the country when she was in high school. And I was fortunate for part of that to have left corporate and been there for everything, right? She also was a paid actress. And so I was able to go on these casting calls with her that I used to miss because only her mom could go. And, you know, for some of y'all, you got sons, right? And they play football and you got to miss this and miss. The point is that everybody, if they're willing to make a decision, if they're willing to put in the work, if they're willing to plant seeds to have the desired harvest, well, then they deserve that, right? They deserve to have that time freedom. They deserve not to have to ask somebody for permission to go do those things that they find to be most important, right? Which is why we go to work in the first place. If the question you have to ask yourself is, do you like going to work or do you like making money? Because you can make money without having to go to work. And for people that tell themselves that lie, that the only way in which you make money is by going to work, then it's just because they're not exposed to the right things. So the purpose of this video today was to expose you to how do you break this vicious cycle that you've been on. Number one, identifying what the origin of it was, right? The fact that we've perpetuated a cycle in America to put collegiate graduates, high school graduates in a disadvantaged position by extending them more credit for debt, for liabilities, but not extending them credit and good debt for the purposes of buying assets, right? And so it's okay. It happens to everybody. But what's not okay is to let that happen for you for the rest of your life. And for anybody that wants to do better, here's how, right? You have to break the cycle. You got to figure out how to pull back on some of those expenses and create some margin in your life so you can start making investments in yourself, number one, and then into assets that can pay for those liabilities. Because here's the other truth. Everybody don't need to quit their job, right? Some people have phenomenal jobs, right? And we help people like that every day who make 6 figures plus, work for the government and otherwise, and even business owners for that matter, who seemingly have a job too, right? Their business is their job. It's just a lot more latitude in that capacity. But you can absolutely build a real estate portfolio in tandem with that. You don't have to abort one for the sake of the other, right? But here's what I will tell you. Whether we're slaving to our business, that's how I feel sometimes, right? When you barely making ends meet, you just making payroll, or you may be a solopreneur and you barely eating yourself, right? But you at least feel empowered because you're not clocking in for somebody 9 to 5. Or you are going to work and you still living a paycheck to paycheck, which I think the number is like over 50% of people that make 100 grand in this country still living paycheck to paycheck. I was one of them, so I believe it. Lifestyle creep is something else. But if you fall in one of the two of those categories where you just feel like you're constantly slaving to whatever it is that you're doing, you probably would feel different. As a matter of fact, you won't probably, I know you will feel different if you were in a position to where you had assets paying for your liabilities. So imagine this. Imagine you make 100K plus a year on your job or at your business, and all of a sudden you got assets that come in that's paying for your liabilities. And that active income that you go to work and produce is all of a sudden disposable and discretionary. You feel a lot different about that job and that business. Am I right? So that's the place that you want to get to in life. For everybody, the answer is not necessarily quitting their job. If you got a good one, it's about helping help you, right? And nobody's going to do that but you. And it all starts with a decision. That if you're going to dig a hole, that you're going to plant seed. I'm going to help you plant more seeds, all right? Click the link and subscribe. That's all I ask from you. I'm going to keep feeding you this information that can help free you from whatever strongholds that you may currently have. And all I ask is that if it was helpful, share it to somebody. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We got to be abundant thinkers. We got to share the wealth. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.